God bless Sean Spears. I was watching Mike Tyson going ba 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 right in his direction on last night's Dynamite, asking myself, does Mike Tyson actually know how to throw a worked punch? They looked really, really real, and what Sean Spears went through on last night's Dynamite must have been absolutely terrifying. God bless that man. But as Matthew likes to say on the Cultaholic Wrestling podcast, available right here on the Cultaholic Wrestling YouTube channel each and every Friday, if you like a lot of good wrestling on your wrestling show. He kind of says that, doesn't he? But not really. Watch last night's Dynamite, because I tell you, there was plenty of fantastic wrestling action from the top of the card all the way to the bottom, and back up again, and then back down again. On top of that, we had a promo for the ages from Chris Jericho. I tell you what, he was getting into it, and I was getting goosebumps. It was seriously good stuff. And then on top of that, we had some proper silly soap opera bollocks to close the night. Last night's Dynamite had a lot of things. But it is Thursday on the Cultaholic Wrestling YouTube channel, therefore you know what that means. It is time for the penultimate AEW WTF Moments for AEW Dynamite. Hit the intro man. And of course, we kick things off with the sight of Chris Jericho cutting up his Inner Circle members. Not with a knife, but with cars. I realised that sounded weird, sorry. And I don't know about you at home, but if somebody did to me what Chris Jericho did to his fellow Inner Circle members, in the cars of course, I would follow that no good son of a bitch all the way to their house, and when they park the car on the drive, get out the car, I would get out my car, right? I'd give them a good dose of finger wagging, Karen telling offing. Cool camera shot or not, Chris Jericho, that is unacceptable to do to strangers, never mind your wrestling friends. Alan Partridge was at last night's AEW Dynamite. How else do you explain somebody having a sign that says something like that? And on top of that, Alan Partridge is wearing a hat that says Suicida. What the hell is going on? And once again, we've got to make referee Rick Knox a living, breathing WTF moment. He has a wonderful knack of not looking the right way when he has no reason whatsoever not to be looking the right way. How he missed what is going on there to Hangman Page is just downright hilarious. What the hell's he doing, man? Oh my God, Max Caster is so beautiful. Look at his lovely eyes. I'm a referee, what's going on? And once again, we're here on AEW WTF Moments saying one more for the fight guys who have to watch Fight TV because we don't live in America, but still we're better off for it. Here is a direct quote from Chris Jericho during a commercial break that I think must have been picture-in-picture for you sorry-ass people watching on TNT. We got to hear the sound over on Fight because we are lucky people, Chris Jericho said. So listen, we're in commercial break right now, but in about 30 seconds, I'll give you guys the cue and you can start that Inner Circle chant so it makes us sound like we're really popular. And what happens when we come back on the air? An Inner Circle chant, a deafening one at that. It fills Daly's place. A chant, of course, that has to be considered faker than anything we've heard from inside of the WWE Thunderdome. Of course, I'm joking here. It's just a bit funny and a bit of a WTF moment to see and hear Chris Jericho saying to the crowd inside Daly's place, can you cheer us now, please? We're the goodies now. Please cheer us, please. And then we got to that fantastic, unbelievable, goosebump-inducing promo from Chris Jericho. It was absolutely fantastic. But one line has to be a WTF moment. And that's when Chris Jericho, remember, Chris Jericho, you all know Chris Jericho, don't you? You know what Chris Jericho is like, don't you? He started calling MJF, my jerk-off friend, a mark for himself, or as it will be known from here on out, a max for himself. Chris Jericho calling another man a mark or a max for himself. That's like me looking at you right in the eye and saying, hey, you are a terrible person. You eat too much cake, you need to stop eating all of that cake. When I'm standing here and I eat cake for days, literal days, we're full of hypocrites in AEW these days. Follow them. And even though, as we all know, Taz appears on AEW Dark each and every week, I just love the combination of Excalibur and Taz on AEW Dark commentary. In that moment there, Taz said the silliest thing he has ever said on AEW programming. He looked at Christian right in the eye and Taz said, I've got a team of men that can help you get to where you want to be. And simply based off every single thing we've seen from Team Taz in AEW so far, this was my reaction to that line from Taz, you big liar. And I know he's a professional wrestling heel these days, so maybe this is the reaction they were looking for. But you cannot have QT Marshall, in my humble opinion, calling any other professional wrestler of any size, of any stature, vanilla. He literally couldn't be any more vanilla himself if he tried, I tell you. And I tell you what, that promo from QT Marshall on last night's Dynamite, I thought it was fantastic, but it's just the fact that he was sat there simply based off simply everything we've seen in AEW so far. For him to be calling anyone else vanilla? Hypocrites again, we're full of them in AEW. In my humble opinion, he needs to cut at least 10 to 25 more promos of that ilk from last night's Dynamite before he can start throwing bombs like that, the bodacious bastard QT Marshall. And while we're here, a massive good luck to Anthony Ogogo ahead of his in-ring debut on next week's Dynamite. I'm sure you'll smash it, pal. It's Sting! Followed by an interview where Sting gets interrupted. According to Tony Schiavone, that never gets old. Well, the fact it happens every single week without fail, Tony Schiavone, means it already probably has. And considering Big Dick Tony Schiavone said that line right at the start of the Sting segment on last night's Dynamite, I was thinking, wow, we're going to get something different from Sting. It's going to be totes amazeballs, as some kids might say. But no, it was the same. It's getting old, AEW. Have Sting do other things. And I tell you what, if that match there was a game of the football, or as you in America call it, the soccer, and Darby Allin did a massive air shot like he did right there, us football fans over here in the UK, we'd be going, hey, white guy. So Darby Allin, I guess, since he did do a massive air shot, and I know the professional wrestling moves are hard, but still, hey, white guy. Young cucks by nature, and now surely young cucks by name. What a pair of cucks, but finally they are proper heels now in AEW once again, which of course is their natural habitat, as David Attenborough might say, because they are dicks, really unlikable dicks, aren't they? But in that moment, I think the young cucks might have just became the mini Big Shows. Paul White variety. We've seen a couple of turns over the past couple of months, and then during that match, Nick Jackson was ready to knee the head of Kenny Omega before a few short minutes later, he's like, come here, Kenny, give us a cuddle. The Young Bucks are confused, aren't they? And then we round off the penultimate WTF Moments for AEW Dynamite with a quote from Excalibur. He reckons he's seen tears running down the cheeks of Matt Jackson, and I was thinking, nope. It's just clear that Matt Jackson clearly goes to the same fake talent school of my jerk-off friend, otherwise known as Max, otherwise known as MJF. And so that's it for all the AEWTF Moments for last night's Dynamite. Once again, all the messages, thank you very much. I do appreciate them very much. We'll be back for the last ever AEWTF Moments for Dynamite next week, and then into the future, lots of new content to come. But I'm still getting messages of people going, I can't believe it's going away. So just in case it's the first time you're hearing what's gannon doon, as we'd say up here in Newcastle upon Tyne, here's the big announcement I made so long ago now. And if you are just finding out about it now, that sort of proves the point as to why they're having to go away, because you're not watching, so bloody hell. See you next time. And just before I go today, I've got some unfortunate news to tell you, and that's the news that the Raw WTF Moments videos, the SmackDown WTF Moments videos, and the AEW Dynamite WTF Moments videos, they will be coming to an end. With the SmackDown after WrestleMania 37 video. It's not a decision we as a company wanted to make. It's not a decision I want to make. I'm not sick of making the videos. I still love making the videos, and I still love the fact that after 5 years, some people still watch them. But the horrible, sort of brutal fact of the matter is the viewership has declined to the point where we've been making a massive loss on all of the weekly WTF Moments videos for some time, and quite frankly, as a company, we cannot continue to make such a loss multiple times per week. So just to try and let you understand what the sort of process is, it takes me at least half a day to watch and put the script together and film the videos for SmackDown and AEW, a little bit longer obviously for Monday Night Raw. It then takes Richard, who edits these videos together wonderfully and has done so for the longest time. You must be sick of the sight and the sound of all of this. He's made of strong stuff, that fella. It then takes him a good couple of hours, a few hours at least, to sort of put the video together, put the green screen on, all the cuts and whatnot. Because let me tell you, it doesn't take one take every single time I step in here. It's an absolute mess. And just the sort of period of time it takes to put the video together against what we see back in terms of financials, it just means the series, in terms of the weekly stuff, is not financially viable to continue any longer. But crucially, pay-per-view WTFs will be continuing. WWE and AEW pay-per-views, the WTF Moments videos for them, they will be continuing. So first of all, since you're watching this video, thank you so much for sticking by me for this long. To be honest with you, I mean, I was told at the start people will be bored of me after 2 weeks. It's been 5 years. Thank you very much. But I guess also to obviously you people watching this video who have stuck by the weekly stuff, I'm very sorry, because it's clear that I've done something to sort of drive away the viewership after all this time and just sort of make these videos not doable anymore. It just doesn't make, it's a horrible crap reality, but it doesn't make financial sense for us to be making such a loss multiple times per week. So there's the news. I think I'm going to take a bit of a hiatus from social media, because no doubt I'll be getting it in the neck from people who see taking away stuff as in, boo, the bad company taking it away from us because they want to, boo. It's not because we want to. I would love to continue doing this. I still enjoy doing them multiple times per week. It's just the financials and everything going on. It's just like we need to make a decision, and I could be doing things that make more money for the channel. It's as simple as that. It's as I say, it's horrible. And hopefully you understand it's not a decision we want to make. It's a decision we've had to make, and we've held on for as long as we can. But we can't hold on any longer, so thank you, and sorry, I guess. Please be understanding. I'll see you next time.